Mike, turn your games down.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 395 of Games My Mom Found. I am Mike Albertin, and who is having a fever dream as they die with me tonight?
It's Dominic. Hello. What's your favorite Chopin piece? Let me know in the comments.
And this is Ron. I'm probably I'm the reason why this happened, because I love this game.
You are the reason why this happened. So we are here to talk about Eternal Sonata, developed by Crescendo, published by Namco Bandai Games, director Hiroyo Hachishuba, I know I pronounced that wrong, and came out in 2007 for 360 and 2008 for PS3.
What's cool about this, Mike, is that this is the first game that Crescendo developed completely by themselves. They were known as a sound team before this, doing stuff for games like Star Ocean and Valkyrie Profile.
Oh wow, I did not know that.
I did not either.
Before this, they were most known for also co-developing the Baten Kaito series with Monolith Soft on GameCube,
Which will come to reference later this year.
Well, I gotta say, for a first game, they knocked it out of the park.
That's cool though. Did not know that. No, they also did Radiata Story sound development, a game I have never played and don't know if I ever will, but I own it.
They did Radiant Historia for DS?
No, Radiata Story is for PS2.
Oh.
Yeah, the kind of similar game that shares some staff members that no one really understands how that works.
Actually, I need to replay Radiant Historia one of these days, but we're not
Same.
talking
That's a
about
great
that
game.
today.
So it will be on the show someday. Not yet. And so I always like to talk about memories. So I had never played this, but I knew of it because 360 doesn't have a lot of RPGs. So I was excited when this came out because I loved RPGs. I swear I picked this up for 360, but when we did it for the show, I went looking through my collection. I'm like, it's not here. To be fair, I didn't ease where it should have been after I ordered. So I looked a little. I don't have it anymore, which is possible. I moved like 3 times. Shit gets lost. Shit gets stolen. So I was like, okay, fine. You know what? I'll buy the PS3. But yeah, I never played this before until this episode, and I even had to buy the PS3 version off eBay to play it. And could not emulate this. I tried to emulate both versions on my computer and my Steam Deck, and I probably could have if I fucked around enough, but I just said fuck it and ordered it. I got it to run on PC, but it was choppy as fuck.
And sometimes the games from this era are still being worked on.
Yeah, like
emulation-wise.
Yeah. So actually, that's probably a good segue to talk about like my memories with it, because I got this game. So I got this game when this came out. I remember I was in college at the time, and this guy I sort of knew who was in one of my classes was like, here's this great RPG that you probably never heard of. So I checked it out and I loved it. However, like after I beat it, I didn't really play it again until for this. And initially I did try to emulate it. And I was trying to emulate the 360 version, and I got it working, but it kept having all these weird graphical glitches.
Same.
So I wound up digging out my old 360 and using that, and I managed, and it still had my old save from way back then. And I must have apparently been even more into this game than I thought, because I checked out my old save, and I had like almost every character at max level.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah, it was nuts. I was like, whoa.
You must have that's not simple in this game, so you must have really loved this game.
And like I checked, I definitely did Mysterious Unison because I had every character's final weapon.
I mean, that's cool though.
Yeah.
Cool that you did. You love this game. Or you loved it at the time.
I was way into it.
And
Dominic.
Oh, sorry.
Nope. Oh yeah, I was just saying for this, I just had a blast just going through it again. I liked playing it. I love how this game looks. It is still just gorgeous.
It is.
It does look very nice. Very colorful. For myself, I've always heard of this game. I kind of knew what it was, but then when Mike was bringing up doing it for the show, I like looked into it and it's like, okay, I like Shadow Hearts. I'm interested in like weird takes on real people in RPGs. And then I saw it was, it's kind of the same team that did Baten Kaitos. I want to play those games. I like those games conceptually a lot. Let's do this. This seems really interesting.
I'm glad you joined. Otherwise, it would have just been maybe me and Ron. So I was really happy that you said yes to this too.
It's got like some Tales of DNA in there too.
Yeah. Yeah. So I have a complicated just playthrough with this, so I do have to want to put that out there first because it affected what I'm going to open my mouth and say throughout this episode. So if I could have played this on Steam Deck, I would have enjoyed it. I would have had a less stressful experience. because I had to play this on PS3, which means I am trapped to my TV and trapped to my basement to play this game, which affects my personal lifestyle of sitting in front of the TV with my wife at night and playing a game or editing podcasts, which I do quite often, and spending time with her at the same time. That wasn't an option with this game. So I was stressed having to beat this in a week because I'm really only in my basement during the day when I'm at work. So like it was one of those situations where I had to figure out how to get this done, and I did not have the portability and that I wanted, like I normally have for most things in this podcast. Especially
Not to mention,
long.
the PS2 version is harder.
Yeah,
I play a lot of RPGs. This is fucking hard. They cranked up the difficulty, and it's a bitch.
No.
Because like on 360, like it can be hard at times, but it's for the most part pretty straight down the middle.
Yeah, and once you get the combat system, at least in the 360 version, you can break the game super easy. Because I spent a little bit of time grinding at the 1/4 there with its puzzle in this playthrough, and like because I was over leveled from that, I didn't need to grind for the entire rest of the game. So I just ran through and just killed everything, and I was like over leveled. Like at the end of the game, when I got to the final dungeon, I started running past normal enemies because I was so over leveled and I was killing them so quickly that they weren't worth the time for me to kill.
That's what the guide said too. And none of that is true in the version that I played. So I fought most enemies early in the game. I got lost in that chapter 4 dungeon that is a fucking maze and didn't get easy. Like I was never, I mean, it wasn't that I wasn't leveled enough. It's just that if you fucked up on the guards, you're dead. That's how it is on the PS3 version. I mean, when you overlevel, you can take them, and you can take a certain amount of them, but if they decide to say, you know what, I'm going to concentrate everything on Allegretto's back in my 2 turns, well, he's fucked. He can be full health, he's fucked.
Wild.
Is that not how it is in the 360 version? Because that's what happened to me, like, in that fugue fight that I was bitching about and wanted to quit the game.
Well, wait, was that the first one or the second fugue fight?
The first one.
Oh, the first one you're supposed to lose.
Oh, no, sorry, not... The first one you're supposed to win.
Okay. Which is the second fight with him.
Yes, and then you fight him a third
because
time.
The first fight he shows up and he just immediately bodies you.
Oh, that was fine. I don't mind that. I was like, good, fine, kill me. That's great. No problem. I don't have to worry about it. No, it was the fight where you have to beat him for the first time where I was like, do I really have to? No, you do. I tried. I lost. You have to beat him.
Yeah, but
it's not really. I mean, like it's like I said, at times, like there are a couple fights. I think the first time against Fugue is a little bit harder comparatively, but like that's like you retry once or twice, and then you kind of get it.
I took me 3 tries, and I beat him because of the poison trick.
Yeah, that's what the guide said to do when I looked for you.
That helped me. So thank you. Otherwise, because when he's poisoned, he's also weaker and he's less aggressive than he is when he's not poisoned. For some reason, when you poison him, the AI gets a lot less aggressive, and he wasn't attacking. He wasn't moving as much.
It also seemed to do a lot of damage as well.
It did, and you can run for your life and just try to stay alive and not worry about how much he's trying to murder you. So yeah. So Ron, do you want to explain the battle system for this game? Because I did not expect this.
Oh, so it's kind of like a mix of turn-based and real-time. So essentially how it works is everybody gets a turn, but in that turn they have a certain amount of real time to do things like move around and attack and do special attacks. And I really like it. I think it's neat. And then kind of the game's sort of big thing is you build up this stuff called echoes, which you then use on your special attacks to power them up and deal more damage. And then later on you can like chain them together to deal even more damage. I really like it. I think it's a lot of fun. It keeps you on your toes, but then also as the game goes on, they have the thing where your party level increases, which technically makes doing actions harder, but gives you access to more stuff. So just as the game goes on, you have like less time to stop and think about what you're going to do before the timer starts counting down. But that's when you can start chaining special attacks, or you start there at one point you just start moving faster. So once you get the hang of it,
less time to think about things too.
Yep. Yeah. So once you get the hang of it, you'll start just like chaining attacks together and stuff. And it's just really cool.
It does get cool. Like I did like the battle system later on. I mean, I think I want to say I probably liked it at first too. Like it was interesting when I first started playing this game, and I was like, all right. It took a little bit, but I did like it. But it's a tough battle system when you get later in this game, because that also made this game more difficult for me, because I had to actually pay attention during every battle for the most part. Always, because you can't just sit there and be like, all right, I can do other things and look back. Oh, it's my turn. I'll press X, and
No.
even when I'm grinding, there was none of that. I had to
Nope.
pay attention to this game completely at all times, which does not work for the way I play games well.
Well, actually, one thing I don't think we mentioned, like we should probably mention like what this game's about.
Yes,
That's actually pretty important. Here, I'll take so Eternal Sonata. Essentially, it's a game about where the famed classical composer Frédéric Francois Chopin, he's on his deathbed. He's dying of, I believe it was tuberculosis.
Yes, it is.
And so while he's lying on his deathbed, he ends up in this fantasy world where everyone and everything is named after musical terms, except for him. He's the only normal named person. And so, like, you have characters like polka and waltz. The city is forte. There's allegretto. I think it's really neat. And then also, a thing in this fantasy world is that people who can use magic are said to be sick,
Okay.
like terminally ill. That's polka's whole deal.
Everyone's afraid to catch the disease.
Yeah, it's yeah. In this fantasy world, magic is AIDS.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like that's basically it.
Yes, Harrison.
Yeah.
And so, like the early game is Polka being like outcast by society because she has magic and she saves someone. Oh no, she's gonna get everyone sick, which there's no proof of at all during the game.
No, that's why I said magic. That's why I said magic is AIDS.
But also,
Right.
didn't he die in the 1800s? So
Yes.
Yeah.
that also fits how people would have thought.
But then also, as the game goes on, you are treated to some cutscenes where it's literally just a guy playing a composition by Chopin and them like doing essentially analysis about what was going on in the guy's life at the time, which I found really interesting.
They like worked with the estate or something, I believe, to make sure the script was like, the Friedrich Chopin Society they worked with to make sure the text was like up to snuff.
Yeah, and then also, I don't have my case nearby. I might just go and grab it, but the person they have playing it is very famous pianist actually.
Stanislav Bunin.
Yeah, him. Like it's just like the guy is like legit. He is probably one of the best in recent times.
It's really cool.
Now, I mean,
skip every single one of those cutscenes.
of course you did.
Well, it started because of timing, and it continued because of timing. Like I was interested, I was very interested in that stuff. But when they would come up, I would hit them at inopportune times. Like I gotta go get my wife. I gotta go save this game. I gotta turn this off. Fuck, I don't got time for this, unfortunately. So yeah, that's why.
On Steam Deck, easy to pause and come back to.
I would have, and I could have save stated and be like, all right, I'm cool. I won't lose my progress because I ain't doing that boss fight again. Or if this was on Steam, I would have been fine too.
Yeah, I will say that those cutscenes are kind of long.
Some of the games from this era are starting to get on Steam. Like I think was it Infinite Undiscovery has been on Steam for a while. Like The Last Remnant.
Last Remnant isn't anymore, but it was at one point. But my unfortunate dumbass didn't buy it, and it doesn't exist.
Fair.
It got delisted already.
Also, something to mention is that this is kind of a revisionist take on Chopin, as it were. It's like a very idealistic version. He's very much known as like an anti-Semite in real life.
Oh.
So it's kind of like you're using the guy, but it's not really the guy.
So it's kind of like here's the excessively nice version of him by someone who's clearly a fan.
It's like in Shadow Hearts where you just have Anastasia in your party. It's like, okay, it's not it's not literally Anastasia. Like it's not 1-to-1 her life, but it's close enough, I guess.
It's fiction.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then in Eternal Sonata, the general plot starts off with this girl named Polka, who I said this in our chat about this, but if the word cute was a person, it would be Polka.
That's an accurate statement.
Yeah, she is quite possibly like the cutest video game character ever made, and not in like just like in like a nice like cute way, like. And she has her magic aids, and she's all sad about it, and then she finds that she can't sell her floral powders to heal people because everyone wants to buy mineral powder, which then causes her to want to go to a city called Forte to talk to the Count to get him to, I believe it's stop taxing everything else. So that
Yeah,
people
because
buy.
he's taxing everything but mineral powder, which he's essentially they're able to buy it at a much cheaper rate because it's the only thing that's not taxed.
Yeah, and late one night she meets Chopin, and the game does address that you have a 14-year-old girl bringing a 30-year-old man home in the middle of the night.
It was the 1800s. That would have been normal.
Yes. Couches in the fact that this is supposed to be the 1800s.
Yeah, and so then they decide they're going to travel to Forte, and that's kind of like, it's kind of weird because that's more or less the inciting incident is Polka and Chopin deciding to go to Forte, and then the rest of the plot kind of happens from there, where there's essentially a conspiracy by Forte and Count Waltz to use mineral powder to turn people into monsters so that they can invade a nation called Baroque.
Also, throughout all this, Chopin knows that he's dreaming.
Yes. Yeah.
But it's like, is this a dream or is this a different reality? And what I was in before was the dream. Who knows?
Yeah. And then later on, they're basically like, oh yeah, it was all a dream anyway. So okay,
maybe.
fine.
Or did he actually ascend to the other realm?
It's sort of like, it's not exactly clear, but
it's a fun toying with it because it's just like, okay, he's gonna die, so like.
Well, and then also at the end, I won't spoil it, but hey, Mike, how about that cutscene at the end? The actual 45-minute cutscene,
which after the credits roll,
which I've heard is different in the PS3 version.
Yeah, you're not gonna like what I'm gonna say.
Is it longer?
I turned it off.
Oh,
I stopped. There were no subtitles.
Wait, did you miss the thing that happens afterwards?
Yeah, I turned off the game. The credits roll. I took my picture. I'm done. Walked away.
Oh man, you missed the part after the credits where there's the short little story about like the turtle.
Yes.
There were no subtitles for some reason at the end because I had it playing. I was gonna play it in the background. I was gonna read it, and then there were no subtitles, and I'm like, why are there no subtitles?
So, to be fair, that particular end credit roll goes on forever, and those characters are talking. And if you pay attention to it, you'll realize they never actually say anything. It's almost literally just words. It's almost literally just like word salad with like catchphrases.
It's like in Evangelion when everyone comes to you in a dream and just says stuff.
Yeah, yeah, because it's like
then I missed nothing.
Yeah, it's except for the neat little turtle story afterwards, just because it's so weird and out of place. But
yeah, it's literally a short story they're telling of like this turtle doing a thing, and it's like, sure, man, yeah.
This was a very strange RPG that I didn't expect. Cause like when we first did this, I thought, okay, I'm playing a turn-based RPG. That'll be nice. I'll get through this. I'll enjoy it. And then I did not know the battle system was active. I mean, turn, but active. Yeah. This is like, the moment it's your character's turn to attack, you better start moving and you better start attacking because that timer doesn't last long.
Yes.
Yeah. But then,
go ahead.
And then there's the cast of characters, which I do like.
Cast was good, yes.
But because like I said, there's Polka, who's a cute little girl, and then there's Chopin, who's there, and then they meet Viola, who has her little squirrel thing named Arco. He's second best.
Then you get the orphan twins, or not twins, but siblings.
I call it's like they're like friendly goblins. Salsa is the best. She's best cute little goblin girl.
There are twins as well. That's right. But I meant Beat and Redo.
Oh, Beat and Redo. Yeah, yeah, because they're they're the orphans. Redo's cool. Beat is whatever. He's kind of funny when he's like going back and forth with Salsa.
The camera functionality is interesting.
The what?
The camera stuff, where he like takes pictures and you can sell them.
Yeah, I didn't do that.
It can help, but with the way the combat is, you really need to just get in there and kill them.
What's very funny is that's just like a mechanic from Baten Kaitos that they repurposed for this game.
Yeah, I used it like once when you first get it to get some extra money, and then you do that and you have so much extra money that you don't need to do it again.
PS3 version, they fixed that glitch. That, by the way, you're talking about that you like. They fixed that.
What glitch?
Apparently, the fact that you get so much money in the 360 from pictures was a glitch they didn't like. Because in the PS3 version, they take that away. You don't get that much money.
Oh, wow.
So that's not a thing in the version that I played.
Then, like, that makes it even more useless because, like, I did that, but you get money and items from fights.
Whereas in Baten Kaitos, that is the way to make money. And you make so much money.
Yeah, because at least the 360 version, you also get money from fights. Like not much, but you do get some, and you get items which you can sell. So
Yeah, I mean, you need items for healing. Like, I was constantly healing in this game. Like, that was another thing that I didn't like, is that if you could get massacred in even regular battles. Like, if you just got into an unlucky run where everyone decided to go behind your back and start smacking the fuck out of you, you're dead. Like, I got close a couple times.
Well, wait a minute. Did you not figure out how to make sure you're always attacking them from behind?
I did move around, but then they did the same thing.
Yeah, like, so all the, because this is also one of those RPGs where all of the monsters and encounters exist in the world.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, I would run and hit them behind, but I mean, like, if you don't kill them in that turn, which, you know, a lot of times I only took out one enemy in a turn. They're all gonna, I mean, but you can still get massacred in this game. But no, I figured out you could run behind enemies and get a back attack, essentially. No, it wasn't that.
There's also like a light and dark mechanic as well.
Yeah, which was, I mean, there's a lot to this game. This is a very interesting RPG. I do want to say that. Like, this is not a bad RPG, and this is what they do is a very cool game.
Yeah,
it's just the PS3 version, in my opinion, is too difficult, and that's on purpose because people said the 360 version was too easy. And
it's not.
Literally, like, when I was going on Reddits and things like that, people were bitching, like, oh, the 360 version is too easy. You don't want to play that one. Like, no, yes, you do.
No, yes, you do. It's not too easy. It's just right.
Yeah.
So,
not asking too much of you. It is perfectly fine.
I mean, in the PS, like, when I started looking up, once I realized the big differences, and I started looking up more guides, they would tell me, like, okay, which are you playing the PS3 version? Okay, you need to be this level, not this level. You need to do this instead of this because the game is much more difficult.
Yeah, because in the 360 version, it was just kind of like, hey, if you spend a little bit of time extra grinding here, and then just make sure you kill enemies as you run in, as you come across them, you'll just like over level.
Yeah.
Not in because I was doing that. I was fighting almost everything I saw because I got lost. And now I can play every RPG, especially early on. I'll fight enemies all the time to level up.
So where did you get lost?
It's the dungeon with where you have to hit the 4 switches. I think that's chapter 3 or 4. One of the early ones. I got lost in that dungeon. So I understood what to do.
Fort Fermata?
Yeah, that's the worst one.
Yeah, that one is tricky. Well, actually, so the puzzle at the end of the game with the keyboard and the musical notes.
Oh.
Because in Fort Fermata, that one, once you understand that, like, there's a room that's moving, you can kind of figure it out. But that is not helped by the fact that the game doesn't have, like, a little map.
Right.
Yeah.
If the game had that, the whole thing in Fort Fermata would not be an issue, I think. At least for getting through it. If you want to get all the extra stuff, then that might be more difficult. But, like, yeah, it's just like in Fort Fermata it's just like once you understand that like that one room is moving, you can figure it out. But I'm like, man, if there was just like a map here that just showed me that like, hey, this path or like this room moved, I could figure it out much easier. Because I got stuck there for a bit and I was running around grinding, and then I have the old strategy guide for it. And I looked at the part and it explained that it's like, oh, this room moves over here. And once I saw that, I was like, oh, that's how this all makes sense now. And then I figured it out from there.
My other issue was I was getting my ass handed to me in there, even though I was leveling a lot and fighting a lot. It was just so many enemies.
Oh.
And
because also like Fort Fermata is also kind of the first major normal like gut check of the game. Because it's kind of like the first major dungeon you go to.
Yeah, plus one thing with this game is every time you go off a screen into a different screen, if you go back, like in Fort Fermata, you're constantly going back and forth. Everything is
respawning, yeah.
Yes.
And like it's all designed that you have to take like the longest circuitous path through a room.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you fight a lot. And this game, I mean, like, you get items, you can buy items, but inns are very infrequent in this game. Item stores even are infrequent at times, too. Like, they're not as frequent as you would think of in your normal RPG.
No, basically, it's like, I thought of, like, the item stores and, like, the equipment shops as just, like, as more or less, like, checkpoints. It's just like, oh, you are at this point in the story, here's the gear that you should buy, and that you should have, and if you don't have it yet, here's a spot where you can buy it.
Pretty much, yeah. It's just not as friendly as some RPGs are, or like most RPGs. This game expects you to heal a lot in battle with their specials.
Yep. Well, specifically the one character.
Well, I didn't use Polka much, so I healed with Frederick.
No, Viola.
And I use her heal arrow, but there came a point where my HP was too high that just wasn't really able to do it.
You weren't using echoes on it?
No, I was. Still wasn't enough.
Oh wow.
I mean,
Welcome to the PS3 version, baby.
But
this
anyway,
really makes it sound like that this is like proto Dark Souls on PS3.
It felt like it, okay? Like
man,
there were some.
I'm gonna need to try this now because once you get Viola, like no joke, the game was basically on cruise control for me. Like
No, never. I mean, like I used Heal Arrow once I got it, and I'm like, okay, and it's good. It was really good at first, but once I leveled up a whole bunch, and I have like 20,000 HP, and even on like a good one, it does like 5,000. I'm like, that's not enough. Like I need more HP. We just lost 10,000 in one hit.
oh wow.
That's crazy.
Well, not
'cause on
one
the
hit, but
360
one
version,
combo turn
was-
of like a later
I
boss.
was regularly just being like, I'd save up some echoes and then just like do it for a full heal.
Yeah.
No, that doesn't happen in the PS3. I really hope that you track down the PS3 version now because I want you to understand my pain.
I'm down to play it
I don't
again.
have a PS3 though.
Oh, okay, and you can't emulate this easily. I mean, my computer, I got it to run on PS3, but the problem with it was the graphics were really choppy. Like we're talking about like in the cutscenes, almost every second it was just kind of blacking out, and I was like, well, I can't play it like this.
No.
So I switched. The 360 version I got to run also, but it was super slow. So I'm like, well, this isn't fun.
But
The nice
anyway,
thing-
to go back to the characters, because we talked about Viola and Salsa and March. Salsa's the best. She's
Yeah.
so
It's fine.
no, she is the Goblin girl, and she's the best.
I understand that the analogy, yes.
And there's Beat and Allegretto, and then there's Jazz and Falsetto and Claves, who are like rebels.
But
And
Clave's
who
is a
else?
spy. You find out really early.
Yes.
Like they introduce her, and then within like a couple hours introducing her, they kill her off, and I'm like, why?
Because Jazz and Falsetto and Claves have a mole in their midst, and they kind of need to figure out what's going on with them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
Well,
but it was really
and,
fast.
and I was joking how when because Claves gets killed like just after Jazz runs out of the house, and then she proceeds to just go on this whole monologue while she's dying, and it's like, I think you could have just gone to the front door and like been like yelled out the front door and been like, Jazz, I just got stabbed, and he probably would have heard you.
no, but she's like, oh, I deserve this.
I mean, he did look back. There is a scene where he looks back like, I thought I saw a light or heard something. No, it's probably nothing, and then he just keeps going. So,
But
could've,
even
yes.
if he had been running, like she just like goes on this whole monologue. It's like what, a good 10 minutes.
it felt like it. That's for sure.
I mean, if you like took this out of context and like plopped it into like a book, this does read a lot like a 19th century literature of like class warfare and taxation and rebel factions and spying. It all reads very well. It's just like in this context, it's a little more cutesy, silly, like lighter, even though there's many dramatic moments like this.
There's a lot. Like this game tries to put a really good story in about rebels and a corrupt empire, and I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah, well,
to me, it was like, oh, it made me care more because it felt more grounded and like really going for it.
Yeah. My thing was like later on, the plot and the story just kind of feel like they're all over the place because it's got the whole thing with Chopin and the dream world, magical aids, and how it's linked to the conspiracy and the rebels and stuff like that. And then it's like there's like one scene where Waltz is invading and you beat him and his guy with the mustache up, and then it's like invasion stopped. But then the one guy, Legato, decides to drink a magic potion that's super powerful because it has essentially a Navi in it, which then tears a hole in reality, and you have to go and stop that. And
so that's what happened.
yeah.
Yes.
And for the record, I didn't skip that cutscene. I just didn't understand what the fuck I was watching.
Yeah, it's weird because the game is talking about how like Fort is gonna invade Baroque and the prince wants to like stop it. And then you're at the invasion, which is Waltz, his assistant, Legato, and some dragons, and then you fight them and you beat them because you're the heroes. And then Legato drinks the special potion that turns him into a gigantic monster and tears a hole in reality. And then you have to go into the hole in reality to fix things, and that's where you run into like the musical dungeons, and you also run into that town full of floating orbs. Those are all the people who died from having magic.
Oh,
sounds like a fever dream.
it
Yeah.
is. Yes, I wonder why. Oh, Another fun fact about the PS3 version, they lowered the amount of experience you get.
What?
Yep, you get less experience in the PS3 version than you do
This
in the
just sounds
360 version.
mean.
It is
Yeah.
mean.
Yeah,
If I
this
would
just
have
sounds-
realized all these things before I picked it up, there is no way in hell I would have bought the more expensive PS3 version of this game.
No, Mike, we
paid
do
more.
have to say,
I know you
did
said
tell
something,
you.
but it was a while ago because like I don't pay attention to some of the game until I get closer. And this was, I know you guys have played it long, we're talking about it long before. I made this chat months and months in advance for RPGs. I tried so people have enough time to beat games. And I just didn't, I don't know, I didn't know, or I didn't think, I mean, I knew it had extra characters, so I wanted to play the PS3 version. Plus, for my 360 is, I don't trust it. It's kind of on its last legs, I'm pretty sure. And the controllers don't I have to actually have them plugged in order to work. So I was like, well, PS3, I can do wireless, so I can go farther away from my laptop, so I can play easier while I'm doing other things, sitting at my desk. But if I would have known, there is no way in fuck I would have played the PS3 version. If I would have realized, I knew it had extra characters, sure, maybe but I did not. Everything did not.
That's kind of really weird because you said those two characters don't show up until the very end. So at the very end of the game, just before the final boss, you get access to the game's one mega dungeon, which is called Mysterious Unison. And if you go through that, you'll get all the best weapons for everybody. And then at the end, you'll be able to resurrect Claves permanently and have her join your party, which is cool. Except it's literally at the very end of the game,
and there's nothing else to do.
Yeah, it's now to be fair, you do get her at the beginning of that dungeon and can use her in that dungeon. But it's I would have liked to get her maybe sooner and have her be more involved in things. Although I don't think she's that powerful of a character because I did go and check my save and messed around with her, and she has weird timings on her attacks, and she really plays into the light and dark mechanics in combat and doing status effects, which on your side don't really matter in Eternal Sonata because you just want to kill everything as quickly as possible.
Yes, you don't need a buff in this game. There's nothing you're just, how fast can I murder the enemy and survive?
Yeah.
There's a lot of that. Also, we mentioned on echoes, so for those that haven't played this game, the way the echoes work is as you do attacks, you build up let's say a limit meter type of thing, and then when you use
it's basically a combo meter.
Yeah, it uses your echoes, your stars, and later on in this game, what you're supposed to do, I did not do this, is you're supposed to attack and attack, you get to 32, and then at 32 do a big attack and do a lot of damage. Well, the issue is, in this, for me, especially near the end when the game wanted me to do that, is that I can't go that long without healing. I have to heal every single turn, or we're not surviving.
Which is wild.
And
I couldn't go 2 turns of Count Waltz attacking and have people survive unless he decided to pick and attack each person. And that wasn't just that hard fight. That was many different boss fights. I had to heal every single turn, or there's no way I would have survived.
Yeah, and in fact, actually, it's not 32. It's 64 is the highest.
I never saw 64.
Yeah, it's the higher party levels, which lets you unlock more stuff.
Oh, I got higher, but I didn't get the final one because I didn't go into I was gonna do the secret dungeon, and then I beat Count Watts and said "fuck you," and then I was like, I could beat the game right now. And
because the last party level is party level 6, which you get by beating the first boss in the Mysterious Unit dungeon.
That's what I saw,
but party level 6, it actually lets you chain together multiple special attacks instead of just one, or instead of just I think it's one, but it changes the button you have to press each time. So if you have it and you get good at doing it, you will actually just start chaining in a group heal as part of you dealing a bunch of damage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That would have been interesting.
Yeah, and then also to further go into how Viola is the best combat character in the game, you actually even though she has a bow, you want her to run up and start punching things because with how the special attacks chain together. Oh, by the way, they call them harmony chains. What you do is you want to run up and you want to get everyone in melee. You want to build up a ton of echoes, and then you want to wait till you hit. Technically, you can do the special version at 24, but you want to try to hit 32 echoes at the very least. If you think you can push to it, do 64. And then you can be okay, you have the person starting it, do their special that does a ton of damage, and then like Viola can either chain into a heal or more attacking, or if Viola is starting it, you can have her then chain and you can then have her do an attack for a bunch of damage and then chain into a heal. And that's how you can like really get some efficiency out of it. Like I said, I haven't played the PS3 version, so I'd have to see if that would still work. I
It
also
would if you can live long enough to get to
yeah.
64.
So
I put in the chat a list of differences between the two versions. There's a page online.
ooh,
It's got to be a lot.
Also, really worth noting, the Japanese name for this game is Trusty Bell.
Trusty Bell.
It's got to be a lot of changes because
It's mostly cutscenes.
Oh, wow.
And then also, this game does have New Game Plus. They call it Encore Mode.
And it's way harder.
Yes, apparently it's much, much harder. I never played it. I never played Encore Mode, but also it's much harder. However, you basically have everything unlocked from the start, which does seem interesting. But I don't know. This game, I was like, as much as I love it, I'm just like, I don't want to go through that again with everything just being a million times harder.
And like it just really reads like the battle changes. It's just a list of things that make it harder for the player.
Like let's read out some of the things that Mike got to experience. The amount of experience granted by most enemies and bosses is significantly lowered in the PS3 release. And further, the further the player progresses in the game is exponentially lowered. That's nice. The statistics such as HP of monsters are altered in ways that generally make combat more challenging to the player. The levels at which the number of the character's special attacks are learned are altered, usually in a way that is less favorable to the player. Wow, this is wonderful. The position of enemy spawns at the beginning of the battle was made more or less random in the PS3 version. Light and dark areas were also changed significantly and made more difficult to use. The variety of attacks and special attacks usable by bosses and enemies in the PS3 version was increased. So, yeah. Oh, and the amount of money generated by Beats photos is reduced dramatically in the PS3 version. It's also much more difficult to get high-ranked photos.
Oh, jeez. It kind of sounds like they just went through and were like, so how do we make this as much of a pain for the party as possible?
These people won't shut up about the 360 game being easy. Crank up the numbers.
Oh, they did. And like I feel accomplished that I beat this game because I beat this game in a week.
I cannot imagine how under the gun you must have felt.
Oh, I've been doing that to myself a few times this year. So this isn't the first time, but I did feel very much under the gun for this game. I did not like it. But again, I never blame a game for that, nor because it's one person that did it to me, and it's me.
Your list of games you have not finished for the show remains still very low.
It's 5, I think. And it's not because of gun and running out of time. It's fucking just super challenging games that I'm like, fuck this shit.
Or just breaking.
I was concerned that I wasn't going to be able to finish this again in time, just because I've got a bunch of stuff going on in my life right now, and I'm just super busy. So like, I was only getting like maybe an hour or so a day to just kind of play. Like sometimes I was getting like 20 minutes to actually play this game a day, and I was like, oh no, I'm not going to finish it. But then I finally just got some time to sit down and bang out large parts of it, and then it worked out.
And on your version, it was easier. So hey,
yeah,
yeah. When all the changes upset me, because if this game would have been breezy for me like it was for you two, I would have had a really good time with it. Because the game is cool. The battle system, once I understood it, I liked it. I mean, I didn't like it in this aspect because if you weren't paying attention for a second and you miss, you could completely fuck yourself because you needed every second you got to get through a battle.
Right.
So,
no.
And it wasn't that way for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, I just got to a point where like I said, I actually stopped fighting normal enemies because they were so easy that they actually weren't worth me doing.
You should play
I
my
didn't
version.
get that far, but I was still like, yeah, this is fine.
So I was in the 50s when I beat this game, by the way.
Yeah. I was in like the mid to high 50s. Which,
okay, so you were higher level than I was then.
Yeah.
I was in the low 50s. I got to like 52 or so when I beat this game.
Okay, yeah.
I was higher level than what the game recommended for the Count Waltz boss, and he still was handing me my ass.
Oh, wow.
I got lucky. I beat him out of sheer luck. And when I mean sheer luck, I mean the only person alive was Viola. I ran away, shot him with an arrow, and he collapsed, and then I was able to rebuild my party back to life to beat the dragon.
Oh.
I beat a few fights where I was down to the wire, almost pretty much out of items, and I beat the enemy in like one of my last possible turns. So yeah, the game was not friendly, and I was always over leveled. So I mean, I don't think we talked about it yet. There's a guard system in this game and a counterattack system. So as you play, you attack enemies. They can also block you if you attack them from the front. But if they attack you from the front, you can block them. But you have a button prompt that comes up that says guard, which is the B button on 360, circle on PS3. And you don't have a lot. You got to get good, and you got to be very fast at reaction to this button. Because if you just like, I'll take the hit, you will not. You will die.
Because that's just the thing. Like, at least in the 360 version, like it was kind of like, hey, you don't have to guard every attack, but you really should be guarding. Like at least half of them, you should be guarding, because otherwise you do just get totally just shellacked.
Right.
In the PS3 version, you couldn't even on let's say here I did a regular fight somewhere I've been leveling up and I decided I'm not going to guard, I'd be dead. 2 turns, easy, dead.
Wow.
You have to guard almost every single move you can, and if you miss a bunch, you will get. I mean, there were some regular enemies that I missed it, and they just killed my character.
Wow.
Didn't happen a lot, but it did happen.
Because I do remember like in some instances, if I missed it or like I didn't guard or they were attacking me from behind, I do remember some instances in which like I would get almost killed. I don't remember ones would just be like they would just like drop me immediately.
Yes, but this was like all the time. You had to be really good, and like some of the boss fights, like Few we were talking about earlier, it's one of the big difficulty checks in this game. When I fought him for the first time, or the first time you have to beat him, I just got massacred because he kept going behind me and I couldn't guard. And he was another enemy where if you missed guards when you were given the chance, you were fucked. You had to get all your guards. Yeah, you had to get your guards in. This game does add a counterattack. I never even tried it because you have split seconds to do it, and I'm like, fuck that. I'll just take the safety guard. Wild. And the counterattack only pops up the first time of an attack for an enemy.
Yes.
Like okay.
Well, no, my problem with the counterattack, because so the counterattack window is actually longer than most of the guard windows. My problem was it's a different button. So I was already to hit the guard button, and then it'd be like it'd make the noise and do the thing for counterattack. It'd be like, oh,
Ron,
damn it.
It's not longer in the PS3 version. It's shorter.
Oh wow.
It literally it was like split second. Felt like
it's predicted basically.
That helped.
I did manage to hit a counterattack here and there, and if you do hit them, it's like devastating because at first all you can do is attack, but then eventually you can do a special attack. So but if you counterattack, it basically skips their turn because they get knocked down.
Oh, because the guy's like, oh, you want to counterattack? I'm like, yeah, okay, I can't afford to miss. Like I can't afford to take, because also when they attack you, if you miss guards, they just get monster combos on you sometimes too, so they will fuck you up. Yeah,
because like I said, I tried to get counterattacks, but I was really bad at it. But I did get them once in a while, and when you do, it just stops them attacking, knocks them over, and you get like a second or so of active time. And like first you can only attack during it, but then later on you can like do a special during it. And if you do get it, it's just like an enemy that might have been tough. It just becomes super easy because it completely whiffs on its attack, and then you get to beat it up.
Yeah, counterattacking felt like magic. It was like so rarely done that it's just like, oh, I actually got it. Holy shit.
Yeah, if you think parrying in Dark Souls is hard, you haven't tried doing a counterattack button press in Eternal Sonata.
I mean, this game, I made the comment to myself, like, this is the Dark Souls. Like, this is felt like it.
This is the Dark Souls of weird JRPGs.
So published by Namco Bandai.
Yeah, you guys, you guys need to play Ron needs to play the PS3 version.
I want to. Just you know what, Mike, just send me your PS3 and your copy of Eternal Sonata.
The copy part I was thinking about actually, but the other part, no.
Come on, I won't destroy them. I'll just lightly damage them.
And if you had a PS3, I'd actually be willing to have you to send you the copy for you to play it.
But also completely unrelated. What did you think of the pirate hat subplot?
Where she then wears the hat for the rest of the game for no reason.
It's the best.
It's silly.
It's
silly, yes. So I did use her. Her name, that was March, or what's her name?
That's Salsa.
Salsa. I did use. See how much I paid attention. I used her for a lot.
They're twins.
Yeah, but I stopped using her. Well, this game also does another thing that I don't like in RPGs, where it takes away your characters and just gives you certain ones to use for a while. And I am not a big fan of that.
And that's something I really like because it's like, oh, people come and go. Things change. It's a story. The story is leading me along. That's what I like. But I understand that it's like I'm investing in these characters, so I want to play these characters.
It's not even that. It's I leveled up Allegretto to 28, and now you're making me play as someone that's level 13? Come on now.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You invested in these characters.
Oh,
like
yes.
it's time and financially. And
I thought you meant more of like, I cared about these characters, because that wasn't it. It was, they're higher level. Why are you making me use someone that's lower level now? Damn it. I worked hard on this. Also, I was good at some of like, so I didn't use Frederick a lot until later in the game, and when the game forced me to use him for the first time later on, I was like, I don't like
Frederick,
this. And
Frederick is like he's like a decent all arounder.
he's also a really great healer.
Yeah, he's got a heal. His attack sequence is nice because it's multiple because it's 4, which is great for the go multiples. He his everything about him is just like he's just decent. He doesn't like excel in any one area, but he's also not like bad in any one area.
He was my go-to later in the game, almost for the entire game, until I was forced to take him out of the party for the final fight. So he was my go-to guy.
Yeah, and
he was good.
Yeah. You mentioned unequipping him. Like I don't think whatever stats he has in your party.
No, it doesn't matter. I unequipped him because I wanted the item.
Yeah, the items. Yeah.
Because I wanted the accessories, and the armor he had was better than something that Viola could wear, and Viola needed her armor because she just got pulled up to the front lines to be the healer for the final fight, so she had no choice. By the way, Polka's a fucking great healer.
Really?
She has an attack at 40 that she gets where she heals she heals everybody, not full, but she heals them well, better than what I was doing, and I was like, man, I should have had her in my party earlier.
Yeah, she get like Viola because hers is.
I'm sorry, not Viola, Polka. Viola has good heal, but she never gets another heal besides heal arrow.
Yeah,
and that's not good enough late game on PS3.
Like Polka and Frederick both are good healers because there's good parts of the early in the game where that's kind of just them.
You have to, and that was another thing that took me a bit in this game. I remember looking up, I'm like, "Where's the inn?" They're like, "There is no inn."
No,
I'm like,
there's
what?
Yeah, there are a couple spots where you get to rest, but that's that's not how the game works.
No, and like I was thinking, okay, maybe the save points will heal me like Final Fantasy X.
Nope.
You just better get used to healing during battle, which personally, I don't like healing with items, and I don't like healing in battles with magic moves.
I think that drains your stats or makes it where it's like finite. It's annoying.
Yes, and I had to get used to that in this game, and I was like, I don't like this. I got used to it, and I got good at it, but at first I was very irritated.
It just really seemed like this is Mike versus the game more than you actually playing the game. It's you against the game.
I would agree with you. I was fighting this game the whole time, like this, and it's not it's the PS3 version of the game. Like it did so many things that I didn't like, and I was very irritated. But I don't regret playing it. Like I'm glad that you got me to finally play this for the first time, and I'm also happy that this is now part of the show.
Yeah,
like I'm okay with that.
Well, I mentioned this earlier, but like this game just looks gorgeous. Like even today, it's almost 20 years old, and it's like it's not even like, oh, it was good for the time. It's like, no, this still looks great. Like
absolutely,
it's still beautiful.
It's the Wind Waker thing of like colorful, bright skies, lush oceans, and greenery. It'll look good.
Yeah, and also it's one of the few games where like it has complicated character aesthetics that are well done and look good, because there's some games where like characters in their design have all this crap and it just looks bad, but in this game they managed to do it well so the characters don't look bad.
Like Chopin's top hat should be silly.
Well, and so a question I have is like, how does Polka get her hair like that?
Well,
she has a fever
dream.
but she has these two really long strands of hair that end in these like perfect curls, and it's like, man, how do you do that?
Magic.
Yeah.
I mean, the premise is very interesting though. Like I want to talk about that again. Like the idea that you're going through his fever dream as he's dying of tuberculosis. Like that is a very cool idea.
Yes.
Yeah, and one of the weaknesses is like the game presents a lot of really neat ideas, but it feels like it doesn't follow up on them.
Also, Count Waltz is kind of a cartoon character.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
very much so.
he's very one note. Okay, and one weird thing I noticed, which I think this is just a coincidence. I don't think there's anything to it. There's Legato, his assistant guy with the mustache. He looks very similar to the doctor by Chopin's bed in the real world when it happens.
I think that's meant to be.
This is the thing though. It's never mentioned like at all. It's just something I noticed. So I don't know if it's intentional or not.
I would
Yeah.
assume it's intentional based on just this way the game feels. I mean, it also would make sense because it is his dream, so it would make sense that the doctor that he knew, or at least senses if he didn't see him before he was dying, like, ended up in his dream.
And one of my complaints about The Wizard of Oz is that they literally spell out, oh, you were there, and you were there, and you were doing this. It's like, you get it.
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, it's just this game. It just like the character designs, the towns. Like obviously, if you look at some of the textures up close, they're like of the time. But that just is what it is.
Bad. Like this game was still beautiful, but I mean, when I played this on a PS3, and it was just a beautiful game still. Like it looked really good, and I liked it for those elements a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just the boss fights. Like every boss fight, like I was playing Dark Souls. Like I would go into a boss fight expecting to lose the first time for a good chunk of this game because that's normally how it happened.
He's going to study.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm not playing Dark Souls. I'm playing an RPG. Like, I'm over leveled. I should be fine. Now, if you don't hit those guard buttons, you ain't fine. So yeah, it's a very so Phoebe, who unfortunately couldn't make this recording because she decided to have her apartment flood. And
how dare her?
I know
that's crazy to deal with. Also,
it's terrible. I've dealt with it too. I flooded when I used to live in a basement. I don't know what the fuck happened, but like our toilet decided to flood and we left for a bit, and then it was just it just was flooding, and we came home to like an inch of water in our apartment everywhere, or not in our apartment but in our basement, and it was. My son thought it was great. He was splashing around. I mean, luckily we had flooded before, so everything was already up, because when it would rain really hard, it would flood too. So we had everything, all electronics and everything were up already because of that, because we knew it was a thing that happened. So things weren't damaged, but still, I'm in a basement full of water. Like, you gotta get rid of the water. Oh, that was awful. But yeah, no, she didn't have that, thank God. But she had some flooding, so she couldn't make this recording. But like, she was telling me beforehand, because she hadn't finished this game, and she'd played it before halfway, and she was like, Mike, you do know that like you're not going to have time to just sit there. Like, you have, when the turns start, they go. And I'm like, oh, I mean, I'm starting again. It's not like that. And then as I got farther and leveled up, because the party levels, as the game progresses, you have no choice. They level up, and you cannot alter them to lower it. Where you can carry more items in your item pack. You can definitely get the harmony chains, but the timer gets shorter and you lose your wait time. Because at first, when the game first starts, the timer doesn't start till you first move or press a button. So you could play it more turnstile. After a bit, no, that's not an option anymore.
Yeah, but also you unlock more abilities too. Yes,
but it would have been nice, as the way that I play, to have the game stayed that way, so I could then I can put it down and not have to worry about it, not have to make sure I pause, because there were times where I forgot to pause and had to do other things, and the battle went on without me, and I'm like, oh shit, I have to pause.
Would this have been better or worse if the party system was restructured to be kind of like sliders and options, where another party level would give you more options to like slide or choose from?
For random grinding, it would have been easier and more efficient just to switch it when I was just grinding.
So I guess apparently in the Encore mode, I don't know for certain, but I guess apparently in the Encore mode, you can change the party level.
Right, I get that. My question is more like, sort of like people talk about like difficulty sliders and like a lot of customization options of like how often battles happen and how long your wait time is. Would that have been a better system to kind of like expand that functionality, or does this work?
I would like to have that personally, because it's me, but the way the game does it is like, okay, you learned how to play this game, right?
Right, but I feel like there's a case to be made for like, I don't really want the wait time to go down.
Yes.
Yeah.
It would have been nice.
I like it because I tend to like more punchier combat systems, but I could definitely see, especially if you're adjusting and you're just trying to breeze through the game, being like, hey, I'd like to be able to maybe turn on the wait time a little bit again or something. I think it probably would have been neat to just be able to just be like, hey, yes, you can bring your party level down, bring it back, but you also lose access to that stuff because part of it going up is like that's how you get access to chaining the specials.
Right.
That's how you get access to the higher echo levels. So I do kind of like that.
I like that it exists. I just would have liked to have a slider at times where I could have adjusted it for really just for convenience of grinding. Because you need it in the harder fights. Like I won't disagree with that comment at all. Like I'm happy it's there because I need the bigger item pack to carry items that now cost more points in your pack. Like makes sense.
Oh yeah, that's a whole other thing because like you have an item pack and it has essentially points you can spend to put items, and items have different point values, and then increases as the game goes on. However, the best is always just bring as much revives as possible, and then maybe scatter in some heals.
Yeah, you didn't play this on PS3, and that you just told everyone right there. You had to bring heal items because there are times where I needed to heal everybody, and I need to heal everybody fucking fast. And either there was no sun in an area, so I could use my healing spells because all my healing spells were light. So there were times where you had to have items or you would not be okay. So I had to heal all items in order to get by. And I only would carry like maybe 2 revives because if people start dying, well, you're already done.
Yeah.
Because if they kill 2 people, yeah, they're gonna massacre that third person real fast if you're fighting like more than one enemy. So, man, if you get a PS3, Ron, I will send you my copy to play. So, to let you know. Don't buy a PS3 for this game, but if you did, somehow get one, let me know.
And the PS3 store is still going to be up for another year. You're plenty of games you can still get that are exclusive to that.
Yeah, if they don't just find a way to brick your system. Like, oh, we're not supporting anymore. Brick your system. Buy the new one. We need to sell PS6s, please. So, but Sony, I think Sony is one of the only companies that's actually taken away licenses of things that people have digitally bought that didn't go out of business.
Yes.
No, it's happening. Amazon did that.
Amazon did it too?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The only one.
Yeah, there used to be like, because there were like movies that you could get with Amazon Prime, people would buy, and then it'd be like, oh, it's not on our service anymore. You just lose it, and that happened with people who like bought movies.
Okay, that's shitty.
Yeah.
I can get it with like, we can't sell it to you, but like if you bought the license, just leave it there. Like,
nope.
That's a whole other conversation. But no, this game is also not available digitally because I was going to originally, I'm like, okay, I opened up my PS3. I was going to see if it was on the digital store and I was going to buy it. It is not on the digital store.
Nope, it is not.
Never got released digitally and never came to PC, unfortunately.
Because I don't think it was a big success.
No, I don't think it was either.
Which
people like it.
Yeah, it's just like I kind of get because it's the kind of game where like if someone that I knew hadn't told me to check it out, I wouldn't have gone out of my way to play it.
I only bought it because I bought everything for 360 at that time. I get cheap. But also I was always tracking down 360 RPGs. I played Enchanted Arms for a decent amount of time.
Oh my god, don't even get me started on that game.
You like it or hate it?
No, I hated that game so much. I couldn't get like more than a couple hours into it before I just got so fed up with it. And it wasn't even like the combat. It was that one stupid character who is such a bad stereotype. It was so off-putting that I was like, F this. Like
that's another game I would love to someday play and finish.
I refuse. I refuse because like that character alone is so offensive as a stereotype that
I'm really curious.
I don't remember what he's talking about at all.
Oh my god.
I only played it for like an hour or two, very long time ago.
Oh my god! Yeah, because that's how long I played it, and there's one character who is just like this super obvious and offensive, effeminate male homosexual stereotype, and it is the worst. It is.
Well, now I definitely need to play it. So now what's up?
Yeah, it actively makes the game worse with how bad and offensive it is. Because and this character isn't even like a one-off thing. It's one of the main characters in the game. It's awful.
It's a game that's locked to the 360,
and PS3.
Oh, it's on PS3 too?
It is.
I did not. Oh yeah, I see. I could buy it for $9 on eBay.
I wouldn't.
I wonder if
it's also a From Software game.
Oh my god, that's even worse. It's even worse in that a company like From Software made that because
Ubisoft also localized it. It seems like I don't know to what degree they did so, but maybe that also plays into it.
Possibly, but yeah, like I said, you'll play and like it is super obvious who this character is. they have the voice. Like it's bad. It's real bad.
I mean, I did play Shadow Hearts as a homosexual, and I had to deal with the very blatant, like, somewhat rapey masseuse
Oh,
who would
yeah,
help you level up your stats, but then it would just sound like an assault every time.
yeah. Like I never played Shadow, but yeah, this character in Enchanted Arms is just, oh my god.
Yeah, I don't remember any. If it was on Steam or I could emulate 360 and know I could emulate 360, I would 100% be like, all right, Dominic, let's play this because I'm curious and let's suffer. But the fact that like I'd have to play it on my PS3 or something because I don't know if I can. I need to buy a new laptop because earlier this year, I think it was this year, I killed my laptop and then I bought another one and I did not make a good choice.
I remember that week. That was quite a week.
It was fucking awful. And I don't like what I bought. So hopefully next year, if the Ramageddon is a little bit better, I plan to buy another laptop.
Let's see, I'm looking at how long to be Enchanted Arms. It's anywhere from 27 to 43 and a half hours long.
Yeah,
Screw
I need
that.
to emulate that if I'm going to get through that in a efficient way for me. So,
So like
not yet.
I can see myself being like, okay, I'll give this game another chance, and if it's the way I think it is, I'd be like, if it's as bad as I remember, I'd be like, no, Mike, I'm not going to be on this because I hate it so much.
See, and that's the difference. Is like for me, it's like I want to see what that plays out like because I want to understand the stereotypes and how offensive the things are, like just culturally and historically. Because I think that's interesting, like for the time and the era.
Like it's been a very long time since I tried it, but like so it is just my memory. I could be wrong, but I remember it was so.
You're probably not wrong.
You're probably not wrong. Like I said, it happens in these.
It's also a hated game. Like it is not. It's just one of those random RPGs that's always stuck with me from the 360 era because it's one of the first too.
Yeah.
But if I'm going to play a 360 game RPG, it should be Blue Dragon. That's one I need to play again someday. That's a good game, but unfortunately not on PC or anything else. So yeah, because Microsoft published it. I'm pretty sure. I do want to say this game had a good variety of locations, a good variety of dungeons. We already have talked about how beautiful this game is. I mean, the battle system is fun. I mean, I know we talked a lot about that because it's an RPG, and that's one of the big things that you're playing this for. If it wasn't for the challenge, I'd like it a lot more.
Very fair.
Characters are great. Everything being named after music is cute. I'm going to say that, cute. I didn't like it, but it's cute.
It's again, it plays into it being a dream.
Yeah.
Yes. And there are cutscenes in this game that kind of talk about the real life Chopin, which I skipped all of them, unfortunately, because I skipped the first one and I was like, I don't have time for this. But they're good. I would have liked to know more about like what was going on in history at that time.
They're interesting, but it's just kind of like you sit there for 10, 15 minutes while a song plays and there's subtitles.
Yeah.
So it's interesting, it's neat, but
it has a cool thing where some of the pictures they show you, it really blurs the line of like, is this a real picture or did they like make this?
Yeah, but I feel like with those cutscenes, after having watched them all again, if someone would have just give you a transcript of them, you'd get about the same out of it.
Yeah, no, I mean, I would have rather read something and at my own leisure because I was interested, but they weren't. I tried watching the first one, like this is slow, and I have to read it all. I can't play on my phone. What?
Reading, Mike's worst enemy.
No, I read all the time. I'm reading right now that Pidgeotto just is using Gust, so I read all the time with what I do. But it's just I didn't want to in that case.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's basically those cutscenes are like the game stops to play some of his music and go, here, read this thing about him.
It's a very interesting game that they made it off this guy that, I mean, I know Chopin is a famous composer. I mean, I was like, who is he again? Like, but classical music is not my thing.
Yeah.
I know who Beethoven is. I know who Mozart is. I know who Amadeus. You know, I know Mozart, but still, like, you know,
that is like the
Chopin is not one that stayed in history.
Yeah, like for me, I was vaguely aware that like, oh, Chopin, he was a classical music composer. That was my extent of knowledge of him before ever touching this game.
Yeah, like I heard some songs, and it's like, okay. But after this, I do have more of an appreciation for the music that he made.
I mean, that's fair. I mean, this game did have great music, and they played a lot of good classical music throughout the game, too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Obviously.
I think it's kind of
the soundtrack is really good.
Yes, it is. I just wanted to specify that they did it, and they did it well. But yes, that is the point.
It's not quite a history lesson, because again, it's an idealized look at Chopin, not like the actual Chopin. But
I mean, that's fine. I mean, people in the 1800s were, people are shitty now, but like, I feel like people were more shitty at different times. So in the past. But then again,
it's a little fun to be like people in the history. They likely were shitty in some way. Like if it's that long ago, probably shitty in some way.
Yeah, most cases.
Yeah. Where's the game talking about H.P. Lovecraft and how he was a super racist?
And he hated Italians too. Did not like Italians.
His racism was so insane it was almost comical.
Yes.
I am curious to read some of his stuff though someday, just because I don't read enough, unfortunately, anymore. I mean, I read comics, I read video games, I read TV because I watch everything with subtitles, and I usually I have literally laid in bed and watched Netflix with subtitles on and just read everything with no sound. So that's just, and I do it YouTube also. It's just how I am. So I just don't read books.
Fair enough.
Unless they have pictures in them, and I'm recording about it usually. Anything else about this game that we haven't mentioned yet that we should talk about?
You should play the 360 version.
Yeah.
God, I wish I would have bought that version. Okay, I was up. Yeah, when you guys talk about how this game is breezy, I would have had a great time. I still enjoyed the game. I mean, this is a very good game, and I'm glad I finally played it. But man, that difficulty was not fun for me.
If they ever do remaster it,
expecting to lose.
If they ever do remaster it, I hope they do a good you can swap between the versions or something, or
I mean, like I said, I don't see that happening. It's literally been almost 20 years.
Hey, Baten Kaitos got an HD remaster a few years ago. If that can do it, anything can do it.
I mean, it'd be nice. This should be re-released and put on Steam and other things for people to play it, because it is a very cool game.
Yeah,
and
I think it should be. I think it should be available.
Yeah,
almost everything should be. Yeah, I'm this isn't a licensing issue. This isn't a 007 game.
Maybe they had to pay for the license of the guy's recordings.
Yeah, because that's just the thing. Those songs, it was that guy. He was actually playing them, and they were recording it.
Oh, okay.
If it was for the game itself, that might be different too.
Yeah, but
music licensing is bad.
Yeah, and look at Alan Wake. And who knows what kind of mess it's in, where it's just the song itself was Chopin, but it was this guy performing it, so who technically do you get licensing from and all that stuff. And
I guess it depends, right? How integral was that to the creation of the game? Was it part of the budget, or is it something they licensed, or
or how long? Because I'm assuming with Chopin, his stuff would be public domain long time ago, so it wouldn't matter. But it wouldn't matter who played the song,
right?
And their version of it. Yeah, and also just if anybody even cares to go through the trouble to re-release something,
and
how many people give a shit?
The main composer of this game, Motoi Sakuraba, has been around forever and has done a million games, so that's not going to be the issue either.
I just remember, I brought up Alan Wake, Charlie, but to kind of elaborate on that, I know that game couldn't be re-released for a long time because of music.
Right.
And music rights are awful, and it's not the artist's fault. It's the fucking corporations that make money off it. That's their fault.
Right.
They made it to be awful to where, they can stay rich at whatever means necessary. I just wish this game was on Steam, or because it would have been so much nicer to play it on my Steam Deck or my computer even. I would have been so much happier.
Yeah, it would have been nice to have it on Steam.
I would agree.
But and also with this, so I pulled out my 360, I saw my old save, but I actually spent a day just going down memory lane because it's my original 360, and it has all my old stuff on it from that time when I played on my 360. It was so fun, seeing all the games I used to play and everything.
It's cool. I'm glad you got to experience that.
It was me from 17 years ago.
It's me, for real, for real.
I owed you this. You've been wanting to do Internal Sonata for a while, and I was like, okay, we'll finally do this game.
And I watched all those damn Resident Evil movies.
Hey, that was your choice. No.
Yeah, I didn't need to, as I found out.
Hey, but at least you got to cross off your bucket list. You're like, hey, I have now seen all the Milo Jovovich movies. Resident Evil.
Yeah, but
I will never see them a second time.
Yeah, it's how do I make it so that I have never seen them and don't want to see them?
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. You find that procedure. You're like, so you need to erase a loved one? No, I want to erase these movies.
No. You're just you just walk in and say the Resident Evil movies, and they're like, oh, gotcha.
They're not all that bad, but that sixth one is fucking awful.
Anyway,
I don't know if that
Eternal
recording's even
Sonata.
out yet at this time of this when this releases normally. So I don't think so. Anything about Eternal Sonata? I think we're running in circles. Or are we playing? Oh, the score pieces. We should talk about that.
Oh, yes.
That thing I barely did.
Same. So in the
I
game,
tried.
you can collect score pieces, and then you will run into random NPCs throughout the game that will want to play music with you, and you have to pick the right song. I mean, you get to pick whatever you want, and you'll get items and stuff for doing it.
Yeah. It's just like rewards. I looked at some of them. It's nothing that is like game breaking or anything.
If it was relatively easy to do, that'd be fine.
Well, also here's the fun part of that. There are some of those NPCs and some of the score pieces you can't even get until Encore mode.
Oh.
Which is real fun. Yeah. Which is real fun when you're looking at a guide and it says it's right here. And you go there and it doesn't give you the prompt to find a score piece, and then you go and look and they're like, oh yeah, it's only in Encore mode. But the thing that's frustrating is the NPC that gives you the best reward still exists. So like you'll think
you're in the right place.
Yeah, it's just like but you'll think you just have to find the right piece only to realize it's like, oh, you have to beat the entire game first.
I would go to each of these motherfuckers and play every song, and they'd be like, no,
Yeah.
bad, no.
Yeah.
I played one song and then they gave me F and I walked away. Only a few times did I actually get an item because
And also, I know the Fort from Ada puzzle is annoying. So, Mike, what about that puzzle in the music tower with the keyboard?
You mean the one that I looked at the guide and did exactly what the guide told me to do and still messed up multiple times? Yeah,
well,
it was okay.
well, that puzzle, I was like, because like I read how it works, where you do the first one, and then for the second one you have to do the first one again, then do the new parts, and then for the third one you have to do the first two parts and then the new parts. I'm like, if I didn't have a guide,
music.
No, I was like, if I didn't have a guide, I would never get past the first part.
You would have. You have a cell phone.
Well,
was recorded it. That's what I would have done. Trust me, I thought about it.
It's just Simon Says play what they play on the keyboard, but you're stepping on it.
Yes, but also in the third one, they don't show you the earlier ones anymore. So if you couldn't figure it out, your ass would have had to go all the way back down.
Sure.
But thankfully, my ass had a guide, so my ass was fine.
I want that on a shirt.
My ass was fine. I had a guide. All right.
My ass had a guide. My ass was fine.
I should really make shirts someday for this podcast, but I don't have an artist, so
just plain text because I would wear it.
I would want there to be
Fiverr
something.
has a ton of people, I'm sure.
I know. I'd have to pay them. I want to go back to when I had an artist that was part of the show, and I just gave him I would just have given him a chunk of the profits. So that's what I want.
Fair enough.
When the show started, we did. One of the guys that did it with us was an artist, but he has not spoken to me in many, many years, nor will ever speak to me again. So,
okay.
I'm okay with that.
That doesn't sound very nice.
No, but no, it wasn't.
But I think that's about it, really, for Eternal Sonata.
Okay, let's go to questions, comments, and memories then. I did get some. People had stuff to say, and I was very grateful for that, because I'm always happy when people have things to say about a game that we cover, but not just, like, it makes me excited to be like, oh, people also, this is a game that meant something to them. So I posted in 4 different groups, because I never know with RPGs. First, from the I Watched the Entire Overblood Super Replay group, from Nick Paleo, friend of the show. I love this game. The PS3, Xbox 360 had so many neat little games. True statement. From Lance Howard, one I missed out on and not sure if there is a way to play it on current hardware or PC. I mean, if you have a good enough PC, you can emulate this. But you need to have a really good PC and you need to also fuck with settings. So it is not a simple process, but it can be done. I don't know if I recommend it, but it can be done. From Jordan Bays, fantastic game. Just picked up a copy again recently and was stuck by how good looking it still is. Visually aged really well.
Agreed.
From Autumn Stevier, have, I want to say the PS3 version of it and started at some point. Fell asleep in the long intro to it at 1 or 2 points and then got my ass handed to me early on from the starting area into the next at night. Don't think I ever picked it up again though. I had intended to. I think I still have it. That's because this version is hard as fuck. That's why. Yeah, this game, the PS3 version is not friendly. Oh, and one thing we briefly talked about, that's how you speak, Mike, is the light and dark system. So but I do want to we should go a little more into it. In the battle system, the battleground that you're in will have light and dark areas. And those will affect what kind of specials you can use.
Yep.
So
And
there's a lot of time where you're positioning yourself. Plus, the enemies will evolve or de-evolve into different forms depending on if they're in light and dark too,
Right.
which some can have way less HP.
And so, some of your attacks are light attacks, some of them are dark attacks, and it depends on where you are in the light and where they are in the light, how effective they are.
But I felt like we needed
each battle, I guess, has different like shapes of light and things like that kind of make each one different.
Yes, and they made it harder somehow in the PS3 version too.
It's probably just like every Battlefield is like the one's late game where there's just like a lamp off in a corner with some light and everywhere else is dark.
Yeah, it gets really annoying. Especially when that's how you heal, and you're using Frederick as your healer who can't just... You have to be somewhat close to them. You're supposed to be using Polka.
Actually, did you not unlock Viola's Dark Heal arrow?
I don't know if I did. I didn't... No, I never did.
Yeah, because, well, you would have if you're in the upper 50s. It's just, it's not quite as good as her
You forget
one.
what version I was playing. It might not even be in the game. It might have been, this is too nice.
Or later on, because
she was 53 when I beat the game.
Yeah, because she does have a dark version of that. It's slightly worse though because it doesn't heal her. It just heals.
Oh, I did have that one. Yes, I did have that. I did use it, but also the HP that it lowered or raised wasn't as good as in general. It wasn't enough to combat the heaviness of late in game.
The cool thing is that you can assign different special attacks to each character depending on what you were looking for.
Yeah.
Yes, that was nice. And then you also get the ability to have 2 different ones for each set because you can hold down the R2 button to switch.
Right.
That was nice too. There were a lot of nice aspects to this game. And then from the official Laser Time community, from Frederick Barreto, when this came out, a friend of mine got a 360 but had no money for games, so he traded all of his anime DVD sets for pennies on the dollar for enough store credit to buy it.
Wow.
That's sad. I mean, I hope he loved the game, but that is sad. But I know a guy who did that too. Like when 360 came out, he traded in like all his Xbox games and PS2 games to get fucking Gears of War. So,
oh man,
I mean, I get it. I mean, you're in high school, you're younger, you're like, I don't have money, and I have these games I don't want anymore, or DVDs that I've already seen. But the collector in me is like, no.
Well, no, I used to be like that, and then I got to a point where like, because I would like trade in games after beating them, and then like I got to a point where I'm like, I want to replay that game. And then I was like, oh crap, I have to go.
Always the game I want to replay that got traded in.
So I stopped doing that because like now that's how I really got my collection back, which is like, nope, because I'll just, if I want to replay a game, I'll just have it now.
I have thought about multiple times selling a bunch of my PS2 games and my 360 games just because I'm like, I can emulate it. I don't need these anymore. And then I ran into stuff like this where I'm like, yeah, I can't sell these 360 games because every so often I need them because they're not on PC and I can't play them. I should go through and sell ones I own multiple ways, but that's not good.
You should sell, Mike, your Pops.
You have Funko Pops? Get rid of those, Mike. Out of here.
I don't have any Funko Pops. I'm only looking at I should really count. I bet there's got to be 1,000 in here in this basement. There's got to be.
Just melt them into a goop.
Yeah, like
I love my Funko Pop. That's my collector now in me. I collect Funko Pop. I have an insane collection.
But it's the worst kind of. It's just useless tat.
Yeah, I know. I love it.
It doesn't even. But they don't even look good.
Oh, I disagree. Some do. Some don't. No.
You could disagree. You can also be wrong.
Where is the Eternal Sonata set of Funko Pops?
No. As much as I love Salsa and March and
I'd buy them.
I'm sure they're digging for IP somewhere, right? It has to come up eventually.
They're not as a guy who lives in that world right now and follows that. No, they're staying with IPs that are known, and what they're doing is doing their more limited Funkos now. Like for example, there was a Raiden Cyborg Ninja where they only made 10,000 of them, or maybe even smaller number. So you had to pay $40 to get it, and then people just sold on eBay for $800. I did not get one. I entered the raffle, but I did not win. Did not get my chance to buy a Raiden. So they're doing stuff like that now. They're also doing their mystery boxes that are coming, and I ordered 2 of them. But so they're trying different things to get the market going.
See, here's the thing, Mike. If you were like, hey, I like buying Magic cards, and I buy them all the time, I'd be like, oh, you can at least play a game with them. What the hell do you do with Funko Pops?
I put them on my shelf. Well, actually, I get them signed. Some get signed by voice actors and stuff. But mostly they sit on a shelf, and I go, these are cool.
But okay, but even Magic cards are mostly going to be in a binder somewhere, right? but like you could still be like, hey, I could use these in something.
There's a difference with Magic Cards. Magic Cards has a random blind pack to it because, it's booster packs, and that is a form of gambling, and I can't do that because bad things happen.
You can just buy singles.
I did that too. Not the same. The high was the booster packs. And I was a card collector. Never again. That I would rather buy my Funko Pops. No, I also don't buy as many as I used to. Most of my Funko Pops now are gifts for Tiff. But there are certain characters that I have to buy. Like I have 2 different Apocalypses I bought recently because Apocalypse. And I do have Kingdom Hearts Funko Pops too. I buy some game Funko Pops when they come up. To go back to kind of wrap this around, I do grab that when they do make them. Like I have almost the whole Silent Hill set. I have an RE set on the way. I have Metal Gear Solid ones that are coming right now. Wow. So they're starting to do more games, but it's bigger games. So and that makes me excited because, 2 reasons. One, because those voice actors come sometimes, and then I can get them signed, which is something I love to do, is get a Funko Pop signed by the voice actor. I have a Boba Fett signed by both of the actors from Empire and Return of the Jedi.
That's cool.
Boba Fett.
And what did they just give you like a look of disappointment?
They're used to it. Well, I do have disappointment with that one because originally I was going to buy a helmet and then have them sign it, but I didn't want to spend $100 on a helmet, so I bought a $10 or $20 Funko Pop. And then I also did meet the stunt actor of Boba Fett from the Book of Boba Fett show, and he signed a Funko Pop for me too, a different one, and I regret not having a helmet, and they all could have signed it. But that's one of my, otherwise, no, they're awesome. So, back to comments. And then from Matt Johnson, how did you play this? I have a 360 copy since it's still not backwards compatible, but I haven't gotten to firing up my old 360 to actually play it. I bought a PS3 copy, unfortunately. And from Chris Lachos, it's awesome. I love a re-release. I would too.
Be interested in one for sure.
And then from the RPG Video Game Collectors Group, I got one comment from Trevor Grish. I never played it, but I did used to own all the Xbox 360 faceplates for the game.
Oh.
Didn't know that was even a thing. I guess.
Wow.
Didn't know. We have the ability to look it up if we care, though, right now.
Interesting.
Ron, someone is probably going to type that. I'm curious, but I'm not curious enough to check.
No, I'm not either.
Oh, I'm surprised. From the RPG Sanctuary Group, from Michelle Espinoza, it's a cute and fun game, and Chopin is one of the greats. Or Chopin, however you say his name.
Chopin.
And then from Wendy Reed, my only beef with it was that Chopin's music felt shoehorned in instead of actually integrated for the most part. I didn't feel that way.
I disagree. Yeah.
Yeah, it seems pretty integral to everything that's going on.
Like it's not like he's literally playing his songs to damage enemies, I guess, but come on.
He breaks out a piano mid-fight.
That'd been cooler. But I'm fine with. I mean, hey, it's a fever dream. You could have. What the fuck? You can do whatever the fuck you want. You're dying.
He could have, but he wanted to have a grounded dying
bending reality game. I mean, I do like the idea that you're dying and you're just like going through this whole fantasy world because you're in a coma. Essentially, you're dying. Like I get, hey, it's more peaceful than what happens to you when you're dying. So hey, if you don't die in your sleep, it's not a fun situation.
Hold on. Are you sure that's what you want to go with, Mike?
Yes, I am sure.
So I guess what Mike said implies that dying in your sleep is fun.
Not fun. Peaceful. It is peaceful.
You'll never know unless you know.
I don't know, unfortunately and unfortunately, because I wouldn't be here to talk. I mean, the only that's the way that anyone wants to. Well, I've always said this, and here we go again on tangents. But like I've always said, if I had to die, like if they were ever like just shoot me in the back of the head, and if I don't see it and I won't know, and the brain won't be able to comprehend it, I'll just wake up somewhere else, or I won't wake up one way or the other. But like if you had to go, that's the way to go, or die in your sleep. Those are the 2 ways to go. I've seen people suffer diseases and get sick and slowly die, and it is the most painful thing for everyone involved. And
yes.
It just like I went through it more recently, and I was like, man, yeah, like if this guy's just in a coma and just having this fever dream and he's just playing an RPG, like, hey, you know what? That's the way to go out. You're not conscious, you're not making noise, you're just laying in bed playing an RPG.
Yeah, and then at the end, you're like, you know what? I think it's time to die. Let me fight the party I just.
Wait, we haven't talked about that. We never talked about the final boss.
Oh, and how it's and how it's Chopin.
Yeah.
And then like.
Thank you, Dominic.
So okay, and then also this like brings up a thing that was like mentioned briefly because after you do that, Polka jumps off the cliff, right? And then she floats into her mom's arms as a small baby.
That's when the game got turned off.
Oh. But
Literally the end of the game. Mike didn't even see the end of the game, everybody.
Mike didn't give a shit.
But like, it's another one of these ideas that comes up because like it implies this. It's like it's part of this implication that there's like a loop going on because there's also the earlier part where the party finds that old lady by the tree. And
Ron, it's
and
not a loop; it's a spiral.
this isn't
Please keep
Alan
going.
Wake 2. But like, but it's just like that comes up because this old lady, and it seems almost like it's implying that's old Polka. And she's like, "Oh, you've been here before, but every time when you put the thing on the tree, it's for like bad luck." And Polka's like, "Oh, it's for bad luck." And then she just does the thing, and then the game moves on. And I'm like, "Well, wait, what is this? You're implying some sort of like time loop or repeating pattern, and then it just never really kind of comes up again."
Apparently, the PS3 version does try to make some of this a little bit clearer.
Oh,
Like there are some new scenes in the different chapters that kind of hint more at this. Apparently,
oh,
Ron, what are you trying to tell you? You should play the PS3 version.
okay.
for example, in Chapter 1, Raindrops, a new sequence is added in the game's opening in which Chopin is heard lamenting the fate of his late sister Amelia, while the fortune teller states that a new journey begins, and Solfege states, "Once again, it all comes to an end."
Oh, but then wouldn't that imply that like Solfege is aware?
Maybe.
No, it's just getting confusing.
Well, to be fair, it's all just his conscious, and our brains are confusing. So, hey, I'll take it. All right, and then from Ian Willimon, great game. From Kevin Mitchum, is this the game where you walk around with a flute or something? If so, I played it part of this at a friend's house a long time ago, but never finished it. It is not, but apparently that might be Infinite Undiscovery.
Ooh, another
Yeah.
one of those games.
Also, this game has no flutes.
No, I never played Infinite Undiscovery. I do own it though. I own it for
Another
360.
game from that era of just like weird RPGs for the 360.
Yeah, which
This one never came to PS3 either.
It's weird, and they didn't come to PC either. That's the problem.
It was a
not-
Microsoft developed game, partially. Interesting.
Yeah, like they don't, not like Microsoft has a computer program called Windows that everything has. No, nothing like that. So couldn't port
That's
it.
an operating system, Mike. It's
I
not
know.
a computer program. It's several thousand computer programs all working in concert.
Yes, but what I'm trying to say is that they have another version of something they could have put it on, and people would have everyone has Windows. Like you still would have made money. But I know they were trying to push their system. They spent a lot of money on and not push PCs.
This is definitely backwards compatibility that they should make happen.
Yeah, they should.
I'm surprised it isn't. Well, sort of surprised. That irritates me because at one point I wanted to buy a Xbox Series X just so I could play old games, but then they decided to raise the price on Xbox Series X. And I went, that's nice. So that's never happening now. And from Stephanie J, I love Eternal Sonata so much. It's so overlooked. The combat system is so unique. I love the characters. The story was great. The puzzles were fun. Just a 10 out of game for me all around. From Alejandro Artemis, God, I hate Polka.
Oh, God.
What's wrong with Polka?
I don't know. I don't know if he meant the music or her. I'm assuming he meant her.
I mean, to be fair, the music's nothing special, but
So-
Polka the character, she's nice.
Yeah, it was just fun. I had to read that. It was funny. And then from Mike Miranda, I wanted to like it, but the battle system got worse and worse as you progress in the game. Plus, I'm pretty sure the puzzles were very long and annoying. Like each one was 3 times longer than it should have been. Then again, I'm playing through Breath of Fire 4 right now, and goddamn, every last area has a puzzle of sorts, all annoying. There's no simple hill to cross other than the rando ones.
Well, see, like what's weird about the puzzles in this game is they're actually not very long. It's just the game doesn't explain all of them very well.
Yeah.
So you just have to dick around for a while. But it's just like I mean, granted, obviously, if you have a guide, they'll tell you the solution. But it's kind of like it's just like in Fort Fermata. All I did was see, oh, the room moves, and then I was like, oh, I got this. Because up until that point, because the game didn't make it even though you're getting the message saying, oh, it seems like something moved, because so much of it looks the same. I was like, I'm not sure exactly what's going on. And then once they're like, oh, the room moves, and then I realized where the doors were opening to. I was like, oh, I got that. Like I figured it out.
I think the issue is that you have to go back and forth in a lot of dungeons in general.
Yeah.
And the enemies keep respawning, so you always are fighting because it's, an RPG. And I think that also adds to the stressfulness of it. So
Yeah.
for me, it did. And then from Anthony Bartholomew, I had my enjoyment out of it, but the combat annoyed me so much by the end that I will never play it again. From Brandon Nash, love this game. Love the use of color, how odd it is with his long videos and Chopin. Story was good and actually really fun gameplay. I'd love to have more games like this. Turn-based, but action during your turn. It works so well. It did.
I love more weird biographies of random people.
Well, also there is. Hold on, let me check. There's there's actually an entire game series with combat. Well, I'll put that in quotes because it's a different genre entirely. That sort of works like this. Let me double check because it's a World War II sim game series.
You got my attention.
What
Medal
is
of
it?
Honor?
No.
I'm kidding.
No, it's oh my god, they made it.
I'm going to keep reading while you look that up.
No.
From João Renato, amazing game, one of the best RPGs of its generation.
Combat mission.
I don't know what that is.
So, well, okay, it's not like exactly the same, but a combat mission, it's this old World War II like strategy game, and how it works is you issue orders, and then there's like some real time action,
All right.
and it kind of reminds me of how Eternal Sonata works. But I'm also weird, so it's probably not really.
Interesting. Okay.
I'm curious enough to maybe look this up if I remember.
I think you're saying if you like a battle system like this, Tales of and Star Ocean have something similar.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tales of is probably much closer than Combat Mission, but that's beside the point.
I need
And
to
also
play
Tales of
Star Ocean.
Vesperia has Rapide, who is the best video game dog to ever exist.
Good to know.
That's another game I need to play someday. Vesperia.
I need to get back to Vesperia because it has Rapide. He's the best.
I've only ever beaten one Tales game, and that was Tales of Abyss on the 3DS.
When we get to the 500, so like every 10 episode will be a Tales of game.
So I don't foresee that happening. Not 500 I do, not Tales. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not a series. I have Symphonia. I bought Symphonia like 3 times. I should really play it one day.
I have Tales of Berseria installed, and I keep saying I'm going to get to that, and then it turns out it's also pretty close to Balatro in my installed games, and well, that's where my time goes.
So I get that. And then from Alan Dree, there are interludes about actual music by Chopin, but in-game music didn't leave much of an impression. Still, the game is overall good. Battle system is hybrid, turn-based, evolves in a way that progressively increases the importance of time aspects. Hybrid was really a trend back then, and this game feels like it searches for its own balance in that field, and somehow it worked. The more negative aspects of the game are that dialogue feels slow, pacing is pretty tedious, from story to level design. On several occasions, getting from one save point to another left like a chore, or felt like a chore, and enemy encounters just made it drag on longer. I never did endgame content because of this, but for players with more patience than me, this could be considered one of the top of its generation. From Matthew Colombo, this and Lost Odyssey are my favorite JRPGs from the 360 era. Fuck yes. Lost Odyssey is amazing.
Did you play that one on the show?
No, because it's stuck in the 360.
Oh, right, yes.
So once I can emulate 360 like perfectly, there's a lot. That's one of the games that will 100% happen. I thought I could because I have emulate 360 before. Like Silent Hill Downpour, I had to emulate because I couldn't get that fucking game to run on legit hardware. And I own 2 copies of it, so I had no choice but to get it to run on emulation.
And speaking of the dialogue, I will say, like, the dialogue is very anime. It's like the characters over-explaining everything as though you're someone who's just tuning in.
That's kind of how it goes, though.
Yeah, like I said. One very specific example is Clive's and her monologue while she dies. It just goes on and
she wants to have her moment.
They had to tell the other brain cells because the guy is dying, so maybe some of the brain cells forgot. They were just reminding them. So.
And now the good news is that Resonance of Fate is a remaster.
Oh my god,
hardware.
I hate that game.
I've always wanted to play it.
I tried playing it. I got to the first boss, and the game's like, do this to do this, and then it never worked. Ever, no matter how hard I tried, and I stopped.
That's a really weird game that I also want to play someday.
I have
really. So
yeah, it's a weird. It's like what if anime, Final Fantasy, and people who like guns got together and made an RPG?
And it's made by Tri-Ace, who Tri-Crescendo spun off from.
Oh, I need to add it to my wish list on Steam. I won't buy it for $35, but I'll pick it up someday.
We'll see. Okay, this is also a weird thing I've come across in my life. So I generally don't like anime, but yet I play all these like obviously anime games.
The difference.
I don't know. Like, I just constantly
make bad decisions. I don't know why.
No, like I mean, what are we gonna talk about? Tokyo Xanadu?
Hey, I love Falcom games. Mike should play more Falcom games. We did East 1 and 2.
Got that out of me.
Yeah, there's
hey,
East,
good news. This show will never end, so there'll be, if I can help it, so there will be plenty of episodes to get out other stuff.
Mike is planning on never dying. He's never going to have his own fever dream about his favorite music.
Well, I mean, I'm going to die someday. My goal is just I hope to live a long life, and I hope to keep producing this show for the rest of my life. Like, I honestly do. Like, that is my goal, is to keep producing this show
That would
the
be so
entire life.
rad.
Yeah.
I would love
would
to
be
see what happens in like episode 1500.
But just in like when Mike is like 65.
It's like, okay, everybody, I finally found this game. It's Dragon Power for the NES. This used to be a Dragon Ball game, but they didn't get the license.
Hey guys, anyone remember Takeshi's Challenge?
So, a couple more comments to read from Robert Ortega. What are you playing it on? I recently picked it up for 360 and haven't had the chance to check it out yet. I remember seeing it back in the day and hearing the premise and wanting to try it out so bad. I never did, unfortunately. PS3. I had to buy a copy, unfortunately. And last comment that we're going to read from Jesse Anderson. It's got that tri-crescendo, Radiata Story, Star Ocean, Blue Dragon, RPG charm, worth noting it as the same artist as Fragile Dreams, another visually stunning game.
That is one I actually do want to play. That's a Wii game, though, Mike. I know you don't like those.
Well, it's just because I haven't figured out how to emulate them efficiently. Once I do, that will open up a can of worms. So that's why I don't care for Wii, because I just don't like the system in general, and I haven't messed with it enough to like see if I can emulate it. I'm going to be, because I have a Wii game on the show planned for later. So
You do, and I'll be curious how you do for that.
Well, I've found videos that show how to play it, how to put it on your Steam Deck. So
Gotcha.
I checked that out before it ended up on the schedule.
You
So
did some research.
I want to play. There's a
lot of interesting Wii games I do want to play, but I like you do not like the Wii a ton.
No, I mean, I had to hook up my Wii recently to play a GameCube game because nothing else would work. So it is hooked up, and it does work. So if I have to, I can play.
You sound disappointed. Like,
I was disappointed that my GameCube died. Does that count? Because the GameCube died, and that's why I hooked up the Wii.
You're just like, oh, my Wii worked, damn it.
No, I was upset that I had to go through all that trouble to play fucking Star Wars Rogue Squadron 3 Rebel Leader.
Was it
That's
worth
what I was upset about. So that, because the game, I couldn't emulate it. I couldn't play it. My GameCube died. Even though my GameCube worked when I bought the game, then 3 months later when I finally got to it, the GameCube decided it was no longer working. So I had to put it on. I had to find my Wii, buy cords. I didn't have cords anymore to put together, then to play it. So my Wii does work. Yes.
Hooray!
Yeah, no, there are a lot of Wii games that I missed that I would like to play too eventually.
Like Dead Rising, chop till you drop.
Absolutely not. Fuck Dead Rising.
What's wrong
I
with
did the
Dead
first one on the show. As you noticed, 2 hasn't popped up on the show, and the person who was a big element of pushing me to do one, unfortunately, kind of disappeared off the face of the internet. So,
Ron, to answer your question, it is because it has a timer.
that is a big part of it. Yes.
Although to be fair, like I recently replayed Dead Rising 1, just the regular one. I loved it. It was great. And then I went to go. I'm like, I want to do Dead Rising 2, and I was like, oh, this is not as good as the first game. Like almost immediately.
Now, Mike, I need to know, is it that you don't like that it just has a timer like on screen all the time, or?
I don't like that there is a timer.
So even if it was there like in the background, it would still bother you.
The fact that it's there, yes.
Interesting.
Okay, that I mean, if that bothers you in it, then I can
It makes
see why
me
you
feel
wouldn't
like I have to rush. Plus, I just don't like that game. I don't like anything about that game. I don't like all the zombies. I don't like the concept. I don't like all these breakable weapons. I don't like, I just do not like Dead Rising. And that's why 2 is probably not going to happen on this show unless somebody starts to really push me again for it. And I'm like, but I don't see that happening.
One day.
No.
There are people there. I know people who probably listen to episodes. I'd love to do Dead Rising 2. That's nice. I don't want to, so.
I'll push for
Not
Dead
what I'm
Island
pushing.
2, but not Dead Rising 2.
Wouldn't mind playing Dead Island 1, actually. So.
We'll see where things end up.
I mean, that's
In
the
20
thing.
years.
We're 395. Like, I hope to keep doing this show for many, many years. I mean it. Like, I would love to make this show the rest of my life if I'm able to. Like, this has become my passion in life, is the podcast. And, like, people don't understand. Like, my mother's like, you need to slow down. I'm like, no, I love what I'm doing. Like, this is like my passion in life, is making this show and recording and playing these games and just having this experience. Like, some people are like, oh, you do stuff that isn't for the show. And I agree. Like, I understand that concept. I do sometimes. But for me, it's just, there's something that has become me with content creation that I love. I don't do it for the money. I don't make much money. I mean, I make enough to pay for the hosting, which is great. And I make a little extra to buy equipment every so often. But, like, I just do it out of pure love. And it's become my social part. Like, I wouldn't be social like I am, or I wouldn't even have all the wonderful friends that I have. Like you guys, I wouldn't know as well wasn't for this podcast. So Like I knew both of you before because I watched Overblood Replay, but not like
Don't
we
worry,
do
Mike.
now.
I'll get you addicted to Warhammer 40k. And then
Absolutely not.
I know. You told me you were watching Bat Rap.
I wanted to. I haven't actually done it yet.
Well, you know what? I happen to know that right now, as we're talking, there is actually a major tournament going on with a live stream. And guess what? It's local to me, and people I know are there. People I know personally are there, and you could watch it online.
That's cool.
I don't watch anything live. The only live streams I've ever watched were Marvel Snap when I had to get cards, exclusive stuff from there. It's the only time, and I didn't even watch
That sounds like a problem.
There's a reason that game got uninstalled and will not be reinstalled. And I don't even look up stuff. Like every time Facebook will try to show me the groups for Marvel Snap, I block it as fast as I can because I do not want to go down that rabbit hole again. I can't. I will not play Marvel Snap again. I loved it. Will not touch it again.
I can't. I'll never stop.
I mean, cards, man. There's a reason I don't collect cards. There is something about opening booster packs. That game didn't have that. That just, yeah. I don't gamble at all. I think gambling is awful, personally. I have no problem with other people doing it. I just won't do it. And yeah, I know my brain. My brain does not do good with stuff like that. Funko Pops are fine because they're not mystery boxes. So I mean, I did order two.
Yeah, but wait, you were talking about ordering mystery boxes.
They did a set of mystery boxes. They're starting to do that, and it's for my wife because she loves K-pop Demon Hunters. The mystery box is a set of Saja boys in their demon outfits, and she just loves that movie. So I bought them for her as a gift to try to help her get the set.
Oh, okay, makes sense.
They're not for me. They are for my wife because it makes her happy.
Okay, that's a good reason.
So I will not. I mean, I will every so often I buy a random thing that's a blind box, like a Zelda one. I bought some keychain things. I'm like, I don't care what I get. I have no idea what happened to those, by the way. I think I dropped them. But like those are the very few times I do stuff like that. It has to be where I'm content with whatever. I don't like. Okay, for this tangent episode. Thanks, guys. Hope you guys enjoy our tangents. I was at a store recently and they had Neon Genesis blind boxes and they were really fucking cool.
Chant.
And I was like, you know what? I wouldn't mind like getting the Avas in this, but the fact that I have a 3 in 6 chance of getting the Avas, I'm not okay with spending the $25 for this really cool thing because I won't get the Ava for sure. I will not do it. I did not buy it.
That's because
I'm gambling. I do have an Asuka Funko Pop though, but I had that for one reason and one reason only. When she comes to a convention, the voice actress, I'm getting that thing signed because I like her a lot.
Tiffany Grant's really cool.
So if I ever get the chance, that's going to be signed by her. Oh, they do have Ava Funko Pops also, by the way.
I have them, actually.
Oh. They're too big. I don't buy the big Funko Pops because I don't like the way they look on my shelf. I say that if I'm looking at a giant Wicket right now, but I did not buy that. Nor was I even there when she bought it for $10 at the Toy Swap because she walked away and came back and I'm like, what are you holding? And she had a big smile on her face.
I have those. I have a couple of Yuri on Ice Funko Pops.
You get the whole set of those.
I think I have Mega Man.
Yeah, I got a bunch of Mega Man too. I
That's
actually have a Mega Man coming in the mail in September.
I'm done. I don't want any more. I think they're silly.
I wish I could say that. I cannot say that as I'm looking at.
As someone who once had to stock those shelves and keep them, overly, I fucking hate them.
Fair.
I want to burn them so bad.
We should give a Steam code out. The Steam code today is for Kingdom Shell. And your Steam code is IJT6NIQBE2ICP9E. That is your Steam code for Kingdom Shell. I have no fucking idea what that is.
Kingdom Shell.
That is your Steam code. Hope someone enjoys it. All right, and then we should go to Shelf Stacker Box. And Ron, since this is all your fault, lead us in, please.
Well, I mean, obviously, I'm going to go Shelf. I think everyone should check out this game. It is really good. It's a lot of fun. It's got neat characters, and it has Salsa. She's the best little gobble girl ever. Yeah, definitely with. I think the battle system's a lot of fun too. So yeah, 100% Shelf, easy.
All right, Dominic.
Definitely a stack game. I liked it, worth keeping around, but it's not like my go-to thoughts about the 360. I really like the concept. I like where the story goes in some cases, but I didn't have your experience, Mike. Like it came and it went, and I had a good time. But yeah.
I'm glad you didn't have my experience. Really happy. I'm gonna put this in the stack. It's a really good game. I had my issues with it, and that's why. And it almost went in the box, but it didn't because it doesn't deserve that. Had I played the 360 version and would not have had to struggle, or if I could emulate this, I would have loved it. Just because of the fact that I would have had the just the easiness and the accessibility of playing this. But it's still a very good game, and it sucks that it's not an easy way to get a hold of it. Because, like, I had to buy the PS3 version, which was $40. And I had to have my PS3, like, not everyone's going to have that accessible anymore.
Right.
And, there's a lot of stuff. I mean, 360, this isn't backwards compatible. We've said multiple times. Other people have complained. Like, you can only play this on a 360, and the copies are like $20 on eBay, so that's not bad.
I think I paid 30-ish for mine, maybe like 25 or something, but yeah.
It's probably around. It was 20 without shipping, so eBay and fees, and yeah, so you'd be looking around 20 to 30. But that's not terrible, but the fact is you've got to have a working 360, and those aren't exactly... they weren't the best things at the time. Like, now, it's been all these years. I don't trust them.
I have a working 360. And
I do too for now.
And my copy from when I originally bought it for full price.
I don't know what happened to my copy. I mean, I was a little irritated. So I was like, I would have played it 360 had I had my copy. I wouldn't have ordered it because I would have been like, why should I buy it for 40 when I already own it? But I couldn't find it. So yeah, I was upset.
Understandable.
So let me introduce what we're talking about next week. Next week, you can hear me talk about Sonic Adventure. That is next week's episode.
I'll be there.
That should be very interesting.
Talk about a game that lives perpetually between the stack and the box.
I'm pretty sure I haven't started it yet, but I'm pretty sure I know where that game is going already without even having started it. Pretty sure I know how I'm gonna feel, but we'll see. I'm looking forward to crossing that off my bucket list to play for like 20 some years. So
I really wish I was there for the Adventure 2 episode. God, I love that game.
That is a good game. That is an amazing game. That is a game that is wonderful. All right. Plugs. That's what we do here. Dominic, where can people find you at?
Yeah, I'm on the Distant Ways podcast on YouTube. Come check us out. We're a fun music podcast. I'm also on the Overblood Facebook group, and you can find me on Blue Sky at dacichocki.bsky.social.
And do you have any writing you want to plug?
Oh, yes. Thank you for reminding me. I'm also writing for startmenu.co.uk. I have a few reviews up there now. I just published a review for Dench Attack yesterday as of this recording.
No idea what that is either.
Train game, but it's like the train is like doing a Tony Hawk skateboard thing. So you're kick flipping and shit as a train.
All right. That sounds interesting. And Ron, do you have anything to plug?
Not really.
Okay. Just want to make sure I asked. And then if you enjoyed this episode over 1,000 other episodes of this podcast, we do movies, TV shows, video games, comics, all sorts of content. You can hear everything we do on Podbean. If you want to support the show, we do have a Patreon. For $1, you do get to vote in our 2 Patreon polls a month we have, and you also get the episodes early. Like for this, you can get it before I publish it at the end of the week. As soon as I finish editing it, I throw it on patrons. And especially with the other stuff I do, the movies and comics and everything, and the shorter games, all that, you get something up to a month early. So everything will eventually release. I will not hold anything behind a paywall. At least I have not done yet, and I don't want to. And then also, if you donate $10 or more, I'll plug your podcast YouTube every episode I make during that month, like these lovely people, Phoebe Stanton, Let's Play Princess on YouTube and Twitch. Check out her podcast at Nerds Broadcast. And check out Zach's show, absolutely the best podcast of work in progress. Talk about the MCU movies. They just wrapped up the Alien Predator franchise. And then also check out Bill Tucker's show, A Gamer Looks at 40, and his new podcast, Carrying My Cross. And want to give a shout out to my awesome intro and outro coach, Helena at Hell Has Fury. Follow her on TikTok and Instagram. And please join our Discord. If you want to be on the show and suggest things to the show, join the Discord. You'll see a link in the show notes to that. And please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, YouTube, audio only, and rate and reviews wherever you get your podcasts. I think that's everything I need to say. So we will see you guys all next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.